Yo, what's up, man? This is Q Strange, representing Scumbag Superstar. Right now, we broadcasting live and direct from the Cadillac Lounge in Providence, Rhode Island, man. You know what? The direction of the music has kind of changed a little bit. I think right now with this album, I dropped an album in January, Scumbag Superstar, and I think with that album, the inspiration there was basically like to just no more gimmicks, no more bullshit. No more trying to be something else or trying to come up with some kind of concept or story. Just do you was basically like the attitude going into it, and I think that was basically the inspiration. Like Scumbag Superstar, people might hear that and think it means like, you know, being the king of the losers or being proud of being a scumbag or something. But it's more so like, you know, people look at you and think you're a scumbag because maybe you're hanging out at a strip club or you're broke and you ain't got shit. Maybe you listen to the radio and you ain't that dude that's making it rain on hoes or driving that whip. But you take that shit life and that bad hand that you were dealt and you turn it into something else and something positive and something really like beautiful and grand. And that's what Scumbag Superstar represents, and that was the inspiration for this whole project. Oh, my earliest memory that I could think of is, you know, I had an older brother. He was my half brother. He lived out in Cali, and I remember him coming to visit one summer, and I was just like a shorty dude, probably like 5th grade or 4th grade or something like that. And I remember when he left me all his tapes. And I mean, when you look at that collection now, it was like all the dopest shit. I mean, Eric B. and Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, De La Soul, Public Enemy, KRS-One. I mean, this is probably like going back maybe 87, 88. And it was like a lot of dope music had come out in that time. Beastie Boys, Run DMC, like it was just so much dope shit. And just having that box of tapes was really like, you know, enough for me to really just be inspired to be like, this is dope, this is what I want to do, you know? And also like around that time, you know, going to the late 80s, early 90s, man, like, you know, Yo MTV Raps would come on every Saturday morning, and you'd be sitting there watching TV and Fab Five Freddy's there, and it's all like the hottest, dopest rappers. And this is when like MTV was showing hip hop that was dope. It wasn't so processed, like it was this new thing, and there was so many different artists, and they all had their own sound. And then late at night, Saturday night, Headbangers Ball would come on, and it'd be like all metal and fucking, you know, Napalm Death and shit, and like, so I think Q Strange was really like derived from like a steady diet of like Yo MTV Raps in the morning and Headbangers Ball at night. It was just like a little bit of everything. But I'm gonna say this is kind of like my earliest memories of hip hop is like, you know, just being so young and just so fascinated by this art form and wanting to be a part of it. You know, for a long time I felt like, you know, things were at a standstill. I think like just music in general just wasn't moving me anymore. It was a lot of the shit was kind of bullshit. I mean, there was that underground shit that you had to dig for, but even that was getting a little bit like monotonous, you know? And I think like right now there's kind of like a renaissance going on with hip hop where like there's so much new talent and new artists coming out that are just like real rhymers and just putting more focus into like lyrics and spitting like really hot shit and not being so simple, you know? So I think like, yeah, as of recently, I've definitely been like re-inspired again to want to like pick up the mic and get in the booth. You know, when you hear an MC that's just so dope and they're just spitting like raw shit, man, and as the MC, you hears that and you're like, it's not even like a competition thing or like a battle thing, you just hear it, you're inspired, you're like, yo, that's dope, I need to get in the lab, I gotta get in the booth, I gotta write something, you know? And I think like, I took a lot of time off between the Strangeland album and the Scumbag Superstar album, and I think like a lot of that time I was just kind of turned off to music, and I think now I'm definitely back into it again and getting hip to new shit, and it's a beautiful thing, man. I hope I keep on putting out new albums and doing new music, and hopefully I'll keep it going for like another 10 years, 20 years, forever. Fuck it. I can't say that there's really any huge challenges because the whole attitude going into this project was basically like giving up the whole trying to get a record deal shit and trying to be famous. Like I went through a thing for a while where like I was recording music and I was doing shit, but I was holding on to it and sitting on it and waiting for that big break to come. And I think when I finally did finish the album and put it out, it was basically like not giving a fuck really about that shit anymore. It was just about, you know, doing what I love to do and putting out that dope product and doing something that was like really gonna make an impact. So it was basically like taking those challenges and just throw them out the window. Fuck it, like just do you, put it out. I mean, you know, see what comes of it. You know what I mean? The response has been so much love, man. So it's basically like, you know, I don't really face those challenges anymore. I mean, a lot of motherfuckers out there probably hate us, And we're okay with that. We embrace it. We like it. Fucking hate us. We don't care because we don't have to answer to a label or to any corporate boss or company or anything like that. We just do everything on an independent level, and we do whatever the fuck we want, man. It's a beautiful thing. You know, I have such a vast catalog of music, and a lot of the earlier shit was really like extreme shit, as far as like just brutal, like, you know, a lot of like horrorcore type shit. You know, I'm cutting open pregnant bitches and stabbing motherfuckers, and that's dope. And maybe I will go back to that again when I get an idea that's really creative or something really like cool to work with. I probably will fuck with that kind of style again. But you know, I think like down the line, you know, like people will look back and see that and maybe not take me seriously as an artist or as an MC, and that might be like one regret that I have. So I would like to be remembered more so for like this Scumbag Superstar album and the shit I'm putting out right now, because I think that represents me. That's like the epitome of who I am, where the old shit was basically me just getting lost in this world of just violence and brutal fucking like fantasy and shit. And it's dope, but it's just not who I am. And I think the new shit basically reflects who I am. So that's what I want to be remembered by, is just putting out a really dope album that you can listen to and know that this is who this motherfucker is. Shit, well, that Scumbag Superstar album dropped in January. Since then, I've just been writing. You know, we've been just performing shows here and there. You know, I haven't had the opportunity to really get out and tour yet, but we've been doing a lot of shows and stuff like that. And we're gonna get in the studio at the end of this month, the end of June. I record all my shit with 40 Ounce Productions. He's a core member of Scumbag Superstar, and you know, a lot of producers will give an artist a beat, and 40 gives an artist a sound, like the old school, like, you know, like Rick Rubin would give Beastie Boys a sound, give Run DMC a sound, or LL Cool J, like they all had that. He would particularly make that beat for that artist, and I think 40 does that for me. He works with a lot of dudes. A lot of them are like Southern cats, and they have a certain style, and I think what I do is so far outside his comfort zone. That's why we work so good together. We challenge each other, man. So I'll be getting back in the studio at the end of this month, the end of June, start recording again. Hopefully have an album done here within the next few months, and we're just gonna keep it moving, man. You know, just taking it as it comes. Hopefully get out there and tour some more. I know we got some dates booked out in Denver. We're gonna be going out to the Midwest and doing some shit, and also here on the East Coast too. So hopefully it just keeps growing, keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's word of mouth is basically the main thing that's keeping this thing moving right now. So new people are hearing it every day. It's reaching new ears every day. So hopefully we just keep it going like that. I want to tell everybody you can check out that album, Scumbag Superstar. It's on iTunes. It's on scumbagsuperstar.com. Wherever slum fucking joint sells music, you can go pick that shit up. And yeah, man, just, you know, represent real hip hop. Stay true to yourself, and just, you know, fuck all the bullshit, man. Just keep it real.